Guys, I thought I would start this video with taking my blood sugar and my ketone levels. So let's get started. Get my lancet and I'll get me a needle bit in there. Oh, and I need to get the strip ready so that my machine will be ready to take my blood. Okay. Careful not to touch the end there. All right, my machine is getting ready. And then, all right, here we go. All right, and now we're gonna let that calculate. All right, so my blood sugar at the time is 89. Pretty good. That off. And then we will change everything out and take my ketone. Well, I check my ketones through blood. It is in there, and then a new needle and a different lancet because I got a different machine that tests the ketones. It's a little different. All right, so now my Keto Mojo is getting ready. And we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna take it. And over here, my lancet device has a vacuum like thing on it, so it pulls the blood up for me. There it goes. And then we're going to read it. There it goes. There it goes. The keto one is a little bit more finicky than the glucose monitor. Anyways, it takes a little longer for it to come up. And oh, that way you can see it. My ketone level is 1.9 right now. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. All right. But what does this mean? What is ketosis? Does that mean I'm in deep ketosis? Or am I getting close to what they call ketoacidosis? Let's get into that. Hey guys, my name is Susan and welcome to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your subscription. In this video, I want to discuss what ketoacidosis is and if you should be concerned about that or when. Disclaimer, I am not a doctor. Always consult your doctor with any dietary changes or lifestyle changes that you make. All right. So, when I began my journey into the ketogenic lifestyle and to reverse my diabetes, I joined a lot of different groups in Facebook, and also I subscribed to a lot of different YouTube channels because I just wanted to really learn. So much so that my husband said, "Wow, Susan, you're really obsessed with this." And he wasn't wrong. I was obsessed for it, and for a good reason. My life was depending on this. All right. But because I surrounded myself in the community, it wasn't long before I heard the chatter of this word ketoacidosis. And of course, there was some side saying that diabetics should not do a ketogenic diet. It's not safe for them. And then there's the other side who was like, oh, it's nothing to worry about. Diabetics have nothing to worry about at all. It's fine. It's safe. And here I am. I'm new to everything, and I'm still scared over my diagnosis. And so what am I supposed to do? I don't know what to do, and I can't get a straight answer. So I'm trying to research through YouTube University, and I'm not coming up with any satisfying answers. In my searches, I did learn about the Keto Mojo blood monitor, the monitor where you check your ketones through the blood, and which is how I ended up getting this monitor. So I wanted to see what ketone level I was in. And guys, I'll never forget the first time I checked my ketones, it said 2.4. And so I had to look up, say, well, what's 2.4? What does that mean? No, and that was a pretty good level of ketones I had going on there. Then a few hours later, I checked it again because, I'm obsessed with information. And it said 2.9. But guys, that scared me. I was like, am I getting into ketoacidosis? And so I did the thing that any sane or smart person would do. I went straight to Facebook and asked a group of people, hey, my ketones are 2.9. Am I going into ketoacidosis? And, I got the same results. Some of them were saying, oh, it's not good for you. And others were saying, oh, it's perfectly fine. You're fine. And, it's odd. But the ones who were saying I was fine, it was nothing to worry about, it satisfied me. And I just kind of calmed down. And I'm not sure why I did that, but I did. And so, you know, I finally got to the bottom of it though, as I had to. I didn't like living in worry or fear. And so finally got down to the bottom of it and really learned what ketoacidosis is and when I should be concerned about it. Okay. And this is why I wanted to make this video. I know it is a hot topic amongst the diabetics in the ketogenic community. And if you are following this channel, I want to put your mind at ease so you do not have to have that worry and you don't have to be uncertain. Okay. So, first, I want to make it clear that being in nutritional ketosis is a completely different thing to being in diabetic ketoacidosis. If you need to, stop the video, rewind it, and hear me again. Better yet, I'll just say it one more time. Being in nutritional ketosis is a completely different thing to being in diabetic ketoacidosis. All right. Nutritional ketosis is simply where you have reduced your carb and sugar intake low enough that your body has begun to use your fat stores as energy. That is it. It is a natural occurring thing that all of us do. The only humans who do not do that are buried or cremated. Okay? All right. So if your pancreas is functioning as it's supposed to, meaning that you are not a type 1 diabetic or a LADA, and LADA is someone who is type 2, but who is effectively becoming type 1 because their pancreas is slowly beginning to stop functioning. Okay, then your body will produce the insulin you need to keep you from going into ketoacidosis, even in a fasted state. Okay, so if you are not diabetic, and for the majority of type 2 diabetics, ketoacidosis is not even a thing to worry about. Okay, ketoacidosis happens when someone's ketone levels are high and their blood glucose levels are also high. If your blood glucose level is high and your ketones are high, you are not managing your diabetes properly. All right. You are not giving yourself enough insulin. Insulin is the hormone that will prevent you from entering into that ketoacidosis. So this typically happens to those who are new to, or don't know that they're diabetic. Okay. So there are some people out there who start the ketogenic lifestyle and don't even know they're diabetic. Well, they might have a blood sugar of like mine was when I was first diagnosed. It was 356. Well, if I had started the ketogenic lifestyle because I wanted to lose some weight, not because I got diagnosed with diabetes, and I entered into ketosis. Well, it may have been that I would have got that because maybe I would have reached that level before my blood sugar came down. I don't know. But since my pancreas still produces insulin, it's still not likely. Okay. But type 1s, they're the ones who have that concern. And when they first are diagnosed, which usually it's in early childhood, their pancreas don't make insulin. So even when dropping their coffee sugar, their blood sugar is going to keep going up because they have no insulin in their body to bring it down. And so if they start a ketogenic lifestyle, well, then their blood sugar is high, their ketones will go high, and they can get into ketoacidosis. Okay. All right. So, when I was going to Votech, this has been several years ago, there was a lady going there and she was not diabetic at all, but she would pull out a glucose monitor and check her blood sugar. And I remember looking at her thinking, That's odd. Why would you do that? Who would want to stick themselves with a needle for no reason? I'm a wimp when it comes to needles, you know, but knowing now, if I'd known then what I know now, I can see the wisdom in doing that. Because I even now would recommend all you non-diabetics out there, get you a blood glucose monitor. They're not too expensive. And just from time to time, check your blood sugar. It's information, okay? Information is power, all right? God says, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. And now that's not the entire verse, and he is referring to a spiritual matter. But I definitely think we could apply that to our physical bodies as well. Knowledge is a great thing to obtain. So, anyways, the people who do have to worry about getting into ketoacidosis are those who do not even know that they're diabetic and their blood glucose is super high, or for those who are not properly giving themselves the insulin. If you're on insulin, you need to be making sure you're giving yourself enough insulin to keep your blood sugar at a normal level, okay? Whether you're doing a ketogenic diet or not, okay? And so if you are on insulin and your blood glucose is high, well, you're not taking care of your diabetes properly anyways, okay? And ketoacidosis can be a life-threatening thing, but as long as you are keeping your blood glucose at a normal level, then ketoacidosis is not even a thing to worry about. Now, in the description below, I will put a link to Dr. Ken Berry's video where he addresses this as well. And I would say, as long as your blood sugar is not above 150, don't worry about it. But he says in his video, he's never seen someone go into ketoacidosis unless the blood sugar is 200 or more. So I'm just being a little bit more conservative than that. So that description, or excuse me, that link to his video will be in the description below, so that you can even have a doctor's perspective on it. Okay. I hope that this puts your minds at ease, and that you don't have to be out there worrying about it. Now, as far as checking your ketone levels, it's an interesting thing to have, just to see. But if you're just wondering, am I in ketosis? If you're eating low enough carb, sugar, you're going to be in ketosis. So these things are kind of pricey, honestly, and especially the strips that go in them. I don't check my ketone levels much at all. I only do it when I'm doing an extended fast, just for curiosity's sake and information's sake. Otherwise, I know I'm in ketosis regularly. Oh, I'm having a hard time talking. Sorry. So I don't really check it too much, but that's also because I don't want to have to keep buying replacement strips a lot. But anyways, but for informational purposes, yeah, invest in one if you want to. But again, I hope this has put your mind at ease, and it's been a pleasure, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.